everyone, welcome to another week of what we ate for dinner. Tonight I baked a whole chicken and then we had it with some mashed potatoes and salad and it was delicious. Hi everyone, so I wanted to show quickly what we're doing for breakfast and lunch because I'm already forgetting. Breakfast, I have a little bit of footage, guys. It is ridiculous around here, so you're just going to have to bear with me. But for breakfast, we had baked oatmeal for breakfast. You saw the footage of that. And then I have these hot dog buns that I want to use up. These are leftover from when my family was here. And I want them gone. I want all of the wheat out of the house. It is just making all of us miserable and ridiculous right now. So this is what we're going to have for lunch. And then I will show you what, we can top it with some ketchup and sauerkraut, and that's what we're going to have for lunch. And then I will show you what we're going to have for dinner. For dinner, I just made simple haystacks, and that's just chips on the bottom, taco meat on top, all the fixings that you would do for tacos, and you just put them on chips. Okay, so today I want to show you how I'm using more of the rotisserie chicken to make what we call chicken and rice casserole. I do not know where I got this recipe. I just have a 3x5 card on it, so unfortunately I can't share that with you. If it was something that I could print online, I would have, which makes me think that it was somewhere else. And normally I've been trying to do better about writing places where I find recipes like this. But this one, I honestly don't know. Anyway, you're supposed to use broccoli. I do not have any broccoli, but I do have frozen peas, and peas are really good with chicken and things like this, and this has like a white sauce. So I also have leftover rice that we really need to use up. There is probably almost maybe 3 cups of rice here, and I only need 1.5 cups of cooked rice. So there's going to be a lot of rice in here. And then this is going to be for lunch because I need to use it. I also do not have any ranch dressing. I'm going to try to make my own using a online source recipe, but we'll just see what we can do. Anyway, I'm just, all this to say, here's another way I am using up my rotisserie chicken, trying to give you a little variety here on using up these pieces. So, yeah, I'm just going to get going here, and the amount of chicken needed is 1.5 cups, which I'm going to only use about half of this. And that will be plenty for lunch, especially because other sources of protein that we have in here are milk, sour cream, and cheese. And I just used a whole bag of the peas. Okay, I'm going to say that's about good. I have some here. That'll be enough for us for lunch. And then 1/2 cup of sour cream. This is what I have left from the haystacks we had yesterday, and I will need some for the stroganoff, so I might measure this out. Okay, I am not going to have enough for stroganoff. I'm going to need to use all of this because I have more rice in here, and I'm going to need to make sure that I have enough to soften this rice. So let's use this whole thing. 1 cup of milk. I have almond, which this is the sweetened. So my recommendation is use the unsweetened, but that's what I have. For ranch dressing, I just found the salty marshmallow recipe online, and I'm going to use that.
I made you try. Okay, but I want my special cup. Okay.
Salt. I like some salt, especially since. And pepper, the best ingredient on the planet. I think I'm going to need a bigger bowl. Okay, well I have a disaster of a background. I'm in the middle of making some bread, so forgive me. But this is the chicken and rice casserole. It is cooling down. It is melted on top, but it's kind of weird how it ended up, but whatever. And here's dished out. It's cooling down. I just made some bread, so we have a little mess going on here. But this is another way that you can use the rotisserie chicken. Okay, for our last portion of the chicken, the rotisserie chicken, I am making wild rice soup. And so I'm trying to do something other than your basic, chicken noodle soup. And so this one will be wild rice soup. So I have my wild rice cooked in here. And oh, my hand's so hot, y'all. Like some of these things that just take much longer to cook, and then you see what the Instant Pot can do with it. Really love my Instant Pot. Okay, so watching YouTube, but so the reason I tend to put chicken soups or some kind of chicken soup in with my recipes is because you have all those bones from the rotisserie chicken, and here is some homemade stock that we have. There is stuff on the bottom because that's all gelatin, and gelatin is really good when you are working with stock. That's the best part of homemade broth and things. So I'm going to be making this wild rice soup, and the recipe I have again is linked down below. I have some carrots that I'm going to add to it, and I'm going to add some mushrooms to this as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of cut all these vegetables up and get them all prepared, dice this up pretty good, and then go ahead and check that video out below. It'll kind of have more of a step-by-step detailed type of thing, but I will show you the finished. And then we had some wheat flour that I'm trying to use up. So when my family was here, we were making not when my family was here. For Christmas, I made some Hungarian coffee cake, and I have all this flour left that didn't get used up when my family was here. So this is just a basic, I cannot say the word. I will put it right here, focaccia bread would be my guess. So I have this little TikTok video that was given to me. I don't know how to link up things like that. I just found it on Facebook, and I know it's Facebook, so not everybody has that. The door is not locked. So close it all the way, please. So we're going to serve it with this as soon as this is done, if I can get this done. I mean, it's pretty late already. We'll see. This just may be something for later. But that's the plan here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop all these vegetables up, and then I'll show you a little bit of the process. Oh my goodness, can you tell what I've been watching lately? A little bit of the process of me doing this, but again, the video that I have already done will be linked down below for you. And that is just my personal recommendation when you're working with rotisserie chicken and trying to get meals. Make one meal your soup so that you can really stretch out not only the meat that will fall off the bones, but getting the gelatin and all those little bits of chicken scraps. It'll be really good in there. So all right, let's get going. I wanted to show how much chicken was left. So we have, let's try to get this as accurate, a little over 2 cups of chicken. That's more. So, and yes, I will get all of this little bits in here. Oops. Mickey. Oh, well, there's so all of this plus all these vegetables is the base for our wild rice soup. Good. This bread was really, really good. The problem was I sprayed the bottom of the pan, and I really think it should have been buttered. But man, y'all, this was so good, and I would make it again. For breakfast, we had oatmeal. I don't remember if I filmed anything for that, but we just did oatmeal instead of the masa that was originally planned. And masa, you kind of need to stand by the stove and stir it so that it doesn't lump up. And I decided to sleep in today, so we had a late start. So oatmeal it was. And then for lunch, you will see this in next week's video, but I went to the Amish salvage store today. And I bought a box. Actually, I bought 2 boxes of these to give to my one friend, and the kids actually ended up loving them, and they ate. They each had one of those for lunch, the little egg bites. And then now for dinner, we have one of our favorites, which is a stroganoff. And then for broccoli content, this is about what I would like to put on our plates for vegetables. This is almost 2 pounds of broccoli here. And this one's John's. I don't think he'll eat all of that. I had my daughter kind of dish up plates. He'll probably eat like half of that, and then he'll eat the broccoli. And so again, this is almost 2 pounds of broccoli for our family, and this is what I would like us to eat. Can't always make it when you're stretching the budget, but I thought I would need more broccoli this week, and I think I'm going to be okay. So I just ended up cooking most of the bag. I think there's like maybe one of these portions left. So anyway, that's dinner for today, and that's what we are eating for this week's meals.